Welcome back. Looking at God's creative process, Genesis chapter 1, verse 9. And God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. God called the dry land earth, and the waters that were gathered together he called seas, and God saw that it was good. What is God doing here? God is creating boundaries. He's saying the land ends here, the sea begins here and goes to this point and then ends. And God is saying where things should be. You see, our lives work best and our creative process works best when we put parameters around what we're trying to accomplish. For example, if a painter wants to make an incredible painting, he's going to work within a canvas. What is a canvas except a restriction? It's a boundary where your creativity is allowed to go. You can be as creative as you want within these four corners. I think creativity works best when we actually put some limits around it. We don't try to do everything, but we realize that in this space, we can do whatever we want as long as we don't go outside of it. I heard a pastor say that we should think inside the book and outside the box. Inside the book and outside the box. God has given us a book. It's not just a rule book, but it does kind of contain some rules, some guidelines, some ways that we should live. And when we operate inside the parameters of what God's told us to do, our lives flourish. But when we go outside of the boundaries that God's created, we find ourselves in chaos. I like to say it like this: boundaries are boxes in which blessings can flow into. Boundaries are boxes in which blessings can flow into. My kids love this book. It's called Not a Box. And it's won an award. It's a popular children's book. And the idea is there's this bunny who has a box that he's playing with. Why are you sitting in a box? It's not a box. And you see that the bunny has made the box in his imagination into something that's incredible. You see, God's given us boxes in which to play, so to speak. And he wants us to go wild with our imagination inside those boxes. Not because he wants to keep things from us, but because he wants to bless us. And so boundaries and parameters around our creativity and around our life actually enable us to flourish. Maybe you need to place some boundaries in your life. Maybe you need to put some boundaries between you and some toxic people. Maybe you need to put some boundaries in your work environment so that you're not just constantly working, but you have time to be at home and time to be at work. Maybe you need to put some boundaries in your creativity, that you're gonna focus on a certain area and not try to do everything that's in your mind all at once. Listen, boundaries are good things, and boundaries are things that can bless our life. So I want to encourage you to not just let everything flow wildly, but put parameters around the things that God has placed in your life for their protection and yours, and for their flourishing and yours. Cross and Anchor To Go is sponsored by you. People have given to be able to make this content possible. And if this has impacted and blessed your life, we would invite you to partner with us in your generosity so that this can impact others. All the ways that you can give are at crossandanchor.church. Thanks for supporting.